Hello everybody, this is Napa Fan here on the NOFSRL channel, and we conclude NOFSRL goes west this weekend from the Phoenix Raceway in Avondale, Arizona, and we are here to qualify for tomorrow's Castrol 500k in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. It's going to be a 63 lap race tomorrow. This is uncharted qualifying here from Phoenix. And these are the 8 drivers looking to make it onto the show. Top 2 fastest will advance on. 07 of Chloe Reiner, the 08 of Bobo Jones, the 21, last week's winner in the Turkey Hill Series, Jake Rogers, the 55 of Owen Miles, the 57 of Seth Cole, the 67 of John Andrews, the 71 of Christopher Alfveby, and the 98 of Zachary DiLello. None of these drivers attempted to qualify last week, so a completely new slate of drivers for the Turkey Hill Hot Seat this week at Phoenix. And they'll be racing right here at Phoenix in less than an hour over on Napa Fan in the Arizona 200. So we're looking forward to that race. Marty Zakela and Matt Tuck will have the call for the 4th race of the season in the Turkey Hill Series later on today. But tomorrow at 1 p.m., we race in the Castrol 500k in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, and we've had a lot of great racing so far this season, and a lot of veterans going to victory lane. Alexander Rowe, Jesse Turner, Andrew Miller, all going to victory lane so far this year. We'll have to see if a rookie can win their first race of the season in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series season number 9. Seth Cole, only driver to clock in a full lap under speed right now, 26.426. John Andrews going to beat that time off him, the 67. We'll have to see how these times compare to later on when we qualify for the pole position here from Phoenix. Going to be interesting to see how they compare. We got some bumping going on here in qualifying. That's Bobo Jones going to the inside of Chloe Reiner, both looking to make their first ever starts in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, and Bobo Jones is not having anything with that 07 right now, getting around her in qualifying. John Andrews and Seth Cole, 2 veterans to the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. Both won races last season as full-time drivers in this series, are the 2 fastest drivers, so it is no surprise to see both of those guys battle it out. Whereas John Andrews does not have anyone around him in the number 67 machine, so that is definitely benefiting that North State machine in the number 67 of John Andrews. 21 machine, last driver to go out there is Jake Rogers, who won for his own team, or not for his own team, but for this team he's driving for in the Chick-fil-A Cup right now, which technically isn't the same team, but it's the same owner. But he won for Gonium Racing, which is Hamel Racing Enterprises' sister team in the Turkey Hill Series. And he's looking to make his first ever start in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series after that thrilling victory at the Auto Club Speedway last week. He's going to be the last guy to complete a lap. Chloe Reiner all of a sudden just moved up to 2nd. She had a really fast time there. Bobo Jones is also really quick in the 08. We'll have to see if they improve their times, if anyone improves their times. And you got to watch out for the 21 machine of Jake Rogers as well. He's currently the slowest guy, but I do believe the times get a little bit quicker on the 2nd and 3rd lap you run here. So we'll have to see if that's the case for the number 21. Has no one alongside him, but that 07 has a bit of a draft. And never mind. The 55 and the 57 working together. Owen Miles and Seth Cole knocking off John Andrews and Chloe Reiner from the top position. That might be it. That might be enough to advance on to the show for these 2 uncharted drivers. It'll be the first uncharted race for the 55 team in Trans-Tasman Racing with Owen Miles behind the wheel. And Seth Cole, of course, will be his 2nd race of the season in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. He raced in the Daytona 500 for NS Racing in the number 98. For Seth Cole, finished runner-up in that Turkey Hill Series race last Thursday. Wasn't yesterday, but the Thursday before that. And that awarded him the ride for Otter Island Motorsports in the number 57. Of course, that's the team he drives for over in the Turkey Hill Series as well. And looking pretty solid here in Castrol 500k, qualifying from Phoenix in the uncharted qualifying session here. Got Zachary DiLello there. Just a few tenths off, but not a few tenths, a few hundredths off. Advancing on, but I don't think he's going to have enough in the number 98 machine. Tough break for him right there. Tough break for these guys. Bobo Jones and Chloe Reiner, they both fell out. And it does appear that it will be, in fact, Owen Miles and Seth Cole racing tomorrow in the Castrol 500k from Phoenix. Gonna be a fun race tomorrow afternoon at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. We really don't know what to expect with this new reconfiguration. Of course, the racing is a lot different than what it has been in the past. They're not near as wild as they used to be, but the racing is still really good. And we are going to see comers and goers in tomorrow's race as well. We're going to have a pit stop in there as well. We might see a few wrecks. Everything's going to be on the table for tomorrow's 63-lap race here from Phoenix. So that'll do it right there. As the time runs out, Owen Miles and Seth Cole will be racing in the Castrol 500k. And they will join the other 40 full-time drivers to qualify for the pole position in the Castrol 500k pole qualifying session right now. So stick around. Let's see who gets the start on the first spot for tomorrow's 63-lap race here from Phoenix in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. Owen Miles and Seth Cole advance on from uncharted qualifying. And here we are from the Phoenix Raceway, going to set the starting lineup in the Castrol 500k from Phoenix here in Avondale, Arizona. Going to be a nice race tomorrow. We're not really sure what to expect in the race tomorrow, but I will say that the racing's not going to be like it has been in prior Phoenix races. It's not going to be wild and crazy where they're wrecking every lap. It's going to be a lot more controlled, but because of that, they're going to be able to race much harder. And it's going to be interesting to see who gets this race pulled off. Of course, the past couple of races, only one caution in each of them, both at Las Vegas and California. These guys have been keeping it clean this season. That's what we like to see here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. Turkey Hill Series, past 3 races, or should I say the past 2 races, because Daytona doesn't count. Past 2 races have gone caution-free as well, so we've had a lot of clean races here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series and Turkey Hill Series. That's what we like to see on the Napa fan end of the NOFSRL, and we like to have these guys race it out cleanly in every race. Jesse Turner, winner at Las Vegas 2 weeks ago, currently in the chase. Of course, we're still early on. We'll be a fifth of the way through the regular season at the end of tomorrow's event. Only a 20-race regular season for these guys. Top 10 in points, plus 2 wildcards. The 2 drivers highest in points who have race victories outside the top 10. So that'll also be interesting to see how that all plays out. It's not the 2 guys who have the most victories outside the top 10. It's the 2 guys who have victories with the most points outside the top 10. So you get that win, and you do really good in the season, but like just barely miss out on the top 10, you're going to be in the chase, most likely. And that's what we're aiming for with this whole system. Fastest driver out there, number 24, Andrew Miller, has put himself to the top position. And he's got a lot of new fire going on with this team. First career Chick-fil-A Cup Series race victory last week at California for number 24. It was such an emotional moment for Miller and that whole team, and such a great way to win his first ever race in the series after trying for 2 straight seasons. Been in every race since the beginning of Season 7. Finally got that first victory with the team he started with here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, Idell Motorsports, and definitely trying to ride that momentum into Phoenix and possibly make a shot at this championship. Of course, he won the Hers Elimination Series championship last year, so he knows how to be in that situation to win a championship, and he wants to put himself in that position later on once we get to the chase in July. He is still the fastest driver, but right behind him, second fastest, never mind. How about the number 30 of Patrick Smith, the guy who won this exact race last year, by the way. Patrick Smith he won 2 races last year for North State Racing, and he's pretty good here at Phoenix. Won this exact race last year. It's the last race we had on the old configuration. I think he has taken to the new configuration rather well. Running 4th, though, is our points leader, Trey Bartow, and great to see Bartow have a solid run so far this season in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. He is currently 6th right now, but Bartow, 109 towards the championship, 7 ahead of Bradley Ream. Bradley Ream has had an excellent season for the Kinghart family organization, and they got a lot to be proud of racing it along with Bartow. But Bartow, he hit a slump, especially in Season 7 after he almost won the championship the season before. He was with the single-car team that year. He made the move over to Titan Fury last year, and things have definitely picked up for this Ford organization this year. They got a win last year in North Wilkesboro. they're looking pretty solid this year. Meanwhile, someone else who has been in a slump for quite a while, Nicholas Samadillo, who did actually make the chase, I should mention, in Season 7. So he really wasn't in much of a slump when he came back that year. But he only has one win since Season 5, and that was last year at Talladega. He might actually have a shot at tomorrow's race. Currently the fastest driver here in Castrol 500k qualifying. And like I mentioned, I think where you start is going to play a pivotal role into how well you finish in tomorrow's race, because I do believe the passing is going to be a little difficult in tomorrow's event. We're still going to see it, but I don't think it's going to be like it has been in past years. It's still anybody's game. Of course, we will have a pit stop. That'll definitely throw a monkey wrench into everything, but I think it's going to be an interesting race seeing who gets this pulled off, especially if you got a guy like Nicholas Samadillo leading the field. How about our highest rookie in the field, Nikolai Sykes, who's on the pit lane right now. He's third. Alexander Rowe trying to rebound. He won the Daytona 500, but since then it has all gone south for this team. Did not have a good run at Las Vegas. As a matter of fact, I think he got caught up in an accident at Las Vegas. And I think he got caught up in an accident at California. Now, his teammate got caught up in an accident at Las Vegas, but he still was deep in the field there, and then he got caught up in an accident in California last week, and the rest is history for this 25 team. They have not had a good run since winning the Daytona 500, but they're looking to rebound. Currently fourth fastest here in Castrol 500k qualifying. Another team looking to rebound, and these guys, they were up front last week at California. Daniel McMillan in the number 79. He was running up front, actually led a few laps at California last week, but ended up wrecking on the pit lane, taking him out of contention for the race victory. He's hoping to rebound after he started on the outside pole last week at Auto Club. Looking to do so in this one. Dale Lightning has gone to the fourth position. Great run there for the 38 team. They have had a struggle to start off the season, but they got a good run right there. Of course, this team, they had a veteran in Justin Roberts last year. Moving on to Dale Lightning. Lightning's got some experience, but they haven't figured much out yet in this 38 team. However, they got a good run so far here in qualifying from Phoenix. Currently the fourth fastest driver in the number 38. Alexander Rowe is fifth. Daniel McMillan is sixth. Brett Sierra, second highest, or should I say third highest rookie in the field for Alan A. Dale Racing. I believe there he is in the back of the field right there. Thomas Troxel, another rookie with a great run for Velocistar Racing. Great to see those guys pick it up a little bit. And, of course, you got Trey Bartow there in ninth. 92 of Reagan Whitlock rounding out the top 10 here on Castrol 500 qualifying from the Phoenix Raceway. Andrew Miller's 11th. Silas Orta here is in 12th. Sam Adoskin, Ace Garcia, Mitchell Henderson, Zachary Fitzwater, Season 7 winner here at Phoenix. Mark Davidson, Jesse Turner, Fisher G, Matt Dalio. That's the top 20 here qualifying for the Castrol 500k. But it does appear that a veteran's going to get this pole. Not much has changed in the top 10 as of late, so looking good there for the Zidell Motorsports driver of Nicholas Samadillo. He's spent his whole career, at least his whole career as we've had customs with Zidell Motorsports. Back in the day when we did not have customs, he drove for Germain Racing a lot. Did have one season with Hendrick Motorsports. None of that really matters because those teams weren't actually real to the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. Zidell Motorsports is real to the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, and that's where Nicholas Samadillo has been ever since he made his return to the Chick-fil-A Cup Series in the Season 7. They're looking to get some good results this season. They're behind a guy who has already had good results this season. Of course, these guys have been racing alongside each other for quite some time on this channel. And they're both looking to start inside the top 10. Nicholas Samadillo and Trey Bartow right there, with Samadillo currently holding on to the fastest time here in qualifying from the Phoenix Raceway. Leaves somebody moved up, and I don't exactly know who. 39, Wyatt Quayle, that's who it is. He tied with Trey Bartow, which means that Bartow still holds on to that position. As Bartow is the points leader, he's ahead of Wyatt Quayle in the championship standings, but the number 39, a good run there late in the session. Of course, these guys have the option of coming down the pit lane, changing tires, and going back out, so keep that in mind. That's what some of these guys are doing. That's why they can get these fast runs late in the session. But good run there for the number 39 of Wyatt Quayle. But the way they are currently running, he would in fact start 10th, as Trey Bartow does have more points than the number 39 of Wyatt Quayle. It's going to be a wild race, especially through turns 1 and 2. That's going to be the trouble spot off of 2 especially. That's where the entrance to the pit lane is. Of course, that's where it's always been here at Phoenix. We have not had many races where we've had green flag pit stops in this event, though. Season 7 is really the only one that comes to mind where they did, in fact, have pit stops at the end of the race. I think we're going to have a green flag set in tomorrow's race. I don't think it's going to be like in past years where they come down under the caution flag because there's just so many cautions. But we'll have to see. It's going to be interesting to see how it all plays out. Nicholas Amadio seems to have a sporty race car in the number 48. Love to see this guy go back to victory lane. Obviously, I have a little bit of a thing for Nicholas Amadio, if you remember the Season 2 Daytona 500. Which, if you haven't been, if you don't know what that is yet, I don't know who you are. You must not have been around for too long, because I talk about it all the time. Talk about that race all the time. Call him Mr. Edge. And as a matter of fact, he's the one driver in the field who actually has some sort of name over the door. And that's Mr. Edge right there. Did that for him. I mean, it means so much to me. That one race that he won all the way back in Season 2 was his first career Napa fan win. Won the Daytona 500 by absolutely nothing. And that'll always live on in the Chick-fil-A Cup. It's one of the greatest moments this series has ever seen. And it's such an honor to have Nicholas Amadio keep on rolling here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series as well. One of the longtime veterans. Same with Trey Bartow. It's an honor to have these guys continue the race every season here. Jesse Turner, Matt Dalio especially. And of course, how can you go without saying Zachary Fitzwater? Guy's been around forever. He's been in like everything I've done. And he keeps on rolling there for Beast Racing. It's going to be Nicholas Amadio leading the field of the green flag tomorrow from the Phoenix Raceway. He'll start alongside last year's winner, Patrick Smith. I think Smith might have the best shot at this race victory, starting on the outside lane right there. Nikolai Sykes, Dale Lightning, Alexander Rowe, Daniel McMillan, Brett Sierra, Thomas Troxel, Wyatt Quayle, and Trey Bartow tied for the 9th position. Bartow has that tiebreaker on Wyatt Quayle, as Bartow is the points leader. A couple more ties, as a matter of fact. A few more ties throughout the field. Andrew Miller and Silas Orta. Gonna have to check on that one. Same with Sam Oskin and Ace Garcia, teammates there. The 5 of Keegan Thompson will start ahead of Ryan Durrani, as Thompson's 3rd in the points. And that is it for the ties, I do believe. Of course, if I do see any other ties, I will break them from driver's points. That's what I'm trying to say. Yes. See you guys later on. Marty Zakela and Matt Zuck will be having the call for the Turkey Hill Series race here from Phoenix, the Arizona 200. That'll be a great one to get your blood pumping for tomorrow's Castrol 500k here in the Chick-fil-A Cup. It's going to be a great one tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. I'll be alongside Trey Wright, most likely, for the call of this one. So thank you so much for watching. Congratulations to Nicholas Amadio for winning the poll here at Phoenix, and I will see you guys later on for more Phoenix action in the NOFSRL. I will see you guys later.